Well, I'm back. Back in the streaming, back in the echoey as fuck rooms, back to not being starting soon anymore. Where's that button? Yes, there it is, yes. I'm back with what I was originally planning on doing, streaming me doing random game development stuff while also having a SpaceX rocket launch on the side. But evidently that has scrubbed, so no launch, but still game dev. Yes, I'm back. It is currently raining outside by the looks of things, so great. Just great. Also, just be aware, there is an air conditioner right outside my window. Yay, an air conditioner, but it's not pointing into my room, and in fact, it's right outside my window. Of course, I gotta have the door closed right now, as I don't want to annoy everyone else that's here. So, wow, what am I saying? A lot of unnecessary information. I won't be doing face cam today, because I'm still not fully unpacked and set up. Haven't got the green screen stuff ready yet. Friday, we'll have it ready by then. But yeah, anyhow, what am I doing today? So, it's been hot seconds since I've done anything for the game, any sort of content on the game necessarily. That's because I spent a crap ton of time writing comments all over the code. Everywhere over the code there are comments galore. So, yeah. That's almost irrelevant to what we're doing today. What am I doing today? Well, the way I'm going to start with doing is something that probably won't take too long, and then we'll see where we get going. But so basically, there's a thing in the level creator. Here, let me show you. Actually, let me make it easier for me. I'm making myself get there a bit faster. Oh yeah, I heard a clap of thunder earlier. It was a while ago now, but hopefully I don't hear another one. Where is it? Where's the variable I have to change? I should put that, there it is. Oh yeah, part of my commenting was I made sure the Java doc for the whole game generates properly. It does, but it complains that none of my actual variables are labeled. Oh, I updated to Windows 11, this computer to Windows 11, by the way. That's a thing. Slightly relevant, but not really relevant. But yeah, in the level creator, well, I should have hit the test level button. My bad. Anyhow. So yeah, we have a thing called blueprints. Let's go to this one. It's a pretty empty level. Alright. We have a thing called blueprints, which are like this. And they have they have a preview, and then they can also be placed down like that. Now, the way that works under the hood is pretty bad and specific. I had to have... Here, let me stop talking, just go show you. So for basically, let's see, what's the first one? Coin. What I initially did to make this work is I had all of the stage components implement these 3 copy methods, which are horrible. So, I'm going to get rid of them, because we actually have a much better way that we can do this effective copy operation these days that is not requiring each of these things to implement another thing. Which is mostly the fact that, where is it? This. We have constructors that take in fully formed data of this object and create a new object out of it, and we also have a way of generating that data for any object. So we're going to use the multiplayer serialization for copying on the blueprint side of things. That's my plan. It shouldn't be too hard. Now, here's something I want to know, because these copy methods are deprecated anyway. Where's the stage component class? Can I make all of the copy methods? Can I make these private? Is that even something you could do? Private abstract? Yeah. Actually, no, I'm just going to delete all these copy methods because we don't need them. And I'll have to go around to every single class that has the copy methods and delete them later. But for now, it's gone. All the copying is gone. Oh, also, I'm on a new version of processing, 4.4.6, with a slight modification of how exporting works so I can have icons and stuff. That is a little bit relevant for the game, but yes, if you don't know what we're doing here, I make this game in processing. It's this editor plus a big API that makes it really easy to do graphical stuff, like make this game. Now, where was copy used? Easiest way to find out is just run it and see where it gives me an error. Function copy int does not exist. Hey game, thanks for Hey processing, thanks for telling me where. Because it didn't. It just like left me there. I think it's mostly in the stage editor here. Yeah, okay. I see the red lines. Yeah. So how are we gonna have to do this? I didn't think this far ahead. I did, but I also didn't. So we don't also care about 3D here because everything will handle 3D for itself, basically. What is this actually doing? Oh, okay. I think this copy and then IXIYZ is an offset. Where are we here? Is this? Oh yeah, no. This would be where we're doing the actual placement of the blueprint. So IXIYZ are the literal offset that we have here. Actually, this would be for 3D mode as well. Wouldn't it? No, it's not. Maybe? I don't know. Potentially. I'm not entirely sure. But anyhow, we'll probably have to do some stuff for the coin here. Yeah, temp instance of coin. So we'll have to do stuff for coin, but it doesn't change how we're going to do this. We're going to have stage component new comp is going to be equal to. Wait, no, I gotta realize data. Serialization component is equal to temp dot seril serialize. Is that correct? It's not giving me an error for that line, but processing is quite slow at this point, so I'm not too surprised by that. So that should work. Then how do I get so stage component copy component Actually, no, wait. I just remembered how I wanted to do this. I need to do this at a different level. Ooh, coins are going to be annoying. But actually, so instead of... Actually, I realized what I wanted to do is instead of looping through this blueprint, copying, or going serializing and deserializing each component individually, I just full-sail copied the blueprint. And then I iterate through those parts later, modifying them and adding them back to the actual thing here. So we're going to do that now, actually. So, completely changing where I'm actually, so serialize data serial blueprint serial data no space, please, equals blueprints of that dot serialize, because blueprints are staged, by the way. Ooh, don't do that. Blueprints dot serialize. Okay. Blueprint. The way I implemented blueprints is I just made them a stage that's a little bit that's treated a little bit differently, but they are a stage. So anything you can do with a stage, technically you can do with a blueprint. I wouldn't try playing on them, but all the stage really is a storage container anyway, so it's fine. So stage or dscre or copy print. I don't know what I want to name this. It's equal to. We're gonna need to cast to a stage of. What was the class? I think it's deserializer's deserialize object. Oh, there's another step I got to do here. I made all this, by the way, and I'm still. It's been a hot second though. Yeah, deserialize object, which takes a. Yeah, it takes a byte array in the serial iterator itself. Sure. What is this byte? It's used for? It's passed around, I guess. Okay, if you say so. Serialize object. Okay, alright, here. Yeah, okay. Come on, show me the menu. Stage editor. Deserializers.deserialize object. And this is where I have to do looking at the serialized data class because I don't remember, or the, there's a lot of stuff I gotta look at here. It's a little bit involved. It turns out it's all a little bit of an involved process. Stages. I have a lot of classes that start with S, evidently. Serialized data. I think there's just like, it's probably at the top, isn't it? Get serialized data. Oh, yeah, that works. That's how we get the byte array. Oh, not that one. Stage editor. Okay, and we're gonna have to basically duplicate this process everywhere that we have a copying of the blueprint, which was surprisingly many places. So perhaps I should have made a function for this. I still could. Anyway, so we do that. So that's what actually converts the whole thing into a byte array. We'll need that. So a byte array, serial bytes. And then we need the serial iterator, which I think just takes the byte array and then in a default index, I want to say. Serial iterator. Yeah. Oh, int and the actual data. Okay. So stage editor, that's where I was. Brain part. Okay. So pass in serial bytes, comma, new SER, serial ITERE. Sure. Iterator probably should have 2 T's. I'm not changing that now, but I'm just realizing that if, yeah. God dang it. There should be 2 T's in serial or an iterator. ITTER. Yeah, whatever. Screw it. I did it wrong. Anyhow, so now we've made a complete clone of the blueprint. Get the binary data of the get the byte array. Reconstruct a copy of that array. Alright, that is definitely how you spell that. Alright. It's getting dark outside. Okay. Alright, so now that we have a copy of said blueprint, we can work on copying the items, or taking the items from this blueprint, changing their position, and then putting them into the actual current stage. So it's okay. I don't care. This is not how you spell copied. But then again, as I said, I don't care. It's all temporary here. Let me add some spaces in here and make this a little nicer. Okay, so translate the object from blueprint into stage ready form. All right, so get the current component of the stage. If the coins are special because coin numbers, bleh. So all of this is a little bit unnecessary. It's unnecessary down here as well. But here, actually, let's keep that in there for now. So, translate each object into its correct. Oh yeah, as far as I know right now, at least especially in 3D modes, slopes don't actually work properly in blueprints. I think I let you use them, but I realized there was a problem with how the copy method was working or something, where it didn't actually work right for slopes. So That might be a little bit of a problem, but not one that I'm willing to confront right now. Well, actually, I am confronting it, but the current version has a bug. So, we say temp.setX to temp.get. Wait, what is IX, IY, IZ? Is that an offset or the actual value? That is the actual value. Which is where the mouse is. The current value of the thing is an offset. Okay. Temp.get x plus ix. That should be plus, not equals. Okay. And then that sounds like a distant rumble of thunder. That's fun. Okay, so translate each object into its correct position. Remember that the current position value is EF effective offset from the chosen placement. Alright, I think that's good. I realized I really do need to make this code better commented as a whole. Partially because I want other people to understand it, but also because I need to understand it in the future. Anyhow, so that's the complete translation of the object. Apart from the fact that this needs to be get Y, get Z. Nearly missed that. That would have been really bad, but nothing we can't work with. Alright, and so then the only thing that is special with coins now is that we have to give them a we have to set the number of coins and change that on the level. And then, yeah, we just add the current coin into the, wait. No. G equals coin cast of... yeah, because despite the fact... Okay, here's something... The thing that currently bugs me most, probably in processing, is that despite the fact that we were running in Java 17, all Java 17 syntax and compiled bytecode, perfectly fine. Except processing's actual like preprocessor, like parsing preprocessor for the Java code to make sure it's valid Java code, isn't updated for Java 17 syntax. So I couldn't just say put a G right there. It doesn't know what the fuck G means there. Because in modern Java 17 plus, doing this, it would automatically assume that G is a local variable of the type coin that would be where it will automatically cast temp into G as a coin. But because they, for some reason, haven't added Java 17 syntax processing, and I tried to go look at how you do that, I don't know how it happens. That doesn't work, which is super annoying. Anyhow, moving on. So that's all the coin stuff. Alright, continue to the next one. No, increase the number of coins. Add a new representation of that coin. And then down here, place this with terrible... Yeah. We got all the serial constructor stuff worked out already. Create a cop. Okay, add the OFFSE setted copy to the stage. So then we do current, which is whatever stage we're on, .parts.add temp. And that is that. That is what our blueprint cloning looks like now. The cloning actually happens up here, which is theoretically a little bit more constant time. A little bit. It still has to go all of its recursive serializing and deserializing shit, but meh. This is at least a lot more maintainable and individual to each class. I don't have to have them implement something that is deprecated. Alright, so that is one of those taken care of. Got another one down here. It's gonna be the same shit. Different day, same shit. Oh. Wait, why did I have to copy... Wait, what is this? Generate display copies the current blueprint so it can be displayed in 3D. It's okay. Well, wait. Oh, this build display blueprint. Oh. Well, this. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the definition of display blueprint down here. Or the redefinition of it down here. And we're going to do what we did before. So we're going to serial data, serialize data data equals blueprints of this dot serialize. Sounds like thunder in the distance. Anyhow, byte array. ECRILI. Serial data. What did I do wrong? Here. SCRILI's data. Oh, is it serialized data? No, it's not. God dang it. Apparently I don't know what my own shit is called. And I just typed it out just fine like 10 minutes ago. SCRILIZ. It is ized data. SERIALIZEDDA. Okay. Serialize data. IZ. Oh, is it get? Well, let's just copy the method name. Damn it. State editor. Alright, whatever. And then here, instead of making this a new stage, we're gonna stage cast deserializers dot deserialize object of serial bytes, comma new iterator of 0 and then these bytes. The B should not be capitalized. Well, I spelled that wrong, didn't I? GESERIALIZE. I'm spelling it out. There we go. Okay, that is our cloning of the display blueprint, which is our output. So we don't need to worry about adding parts to it or, you know, copying or whatever. But yeah, we will still need display blueprint. So we put the display blueprint in the loop here. We're not going to copy. This is just going to be us getting it. Then part dot set x to part dot get x function plus how did I do the offsetting here? Is it still IX? It is okay. IX. Oh, it's lowercase x. Okay. Okay, we do the same things. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that copies it. And then this is stuff for calculating the bounding box of the blueprint, which is fine. Oh, except it's using the variables instead of the methods, which it should be using the methods instead, because especially in the case of the slopes, they don't do the same thing for their XYZ and DX, DY, DZ variables as everything else. It was kind of an oversight, but these days, as long as you use these methods will spit out the expected values. So get width, get height method, and get depth. There we go. Am I hearing might be hearing the faintest alarm in the distance. Yeah, I am. Now, what is that for? Is that a volunteer firefighter alarm, or is that one of like the local industrial things? And they're stupid alarms. It could be literally either, and I do not know. Anyhow. Okay, so that should be modify the of the component to be correct. So this is make a clone of the BLUE pure. Okay, so make a clone of the blueprint. For each part in the blueprint, modify the position of the correct. That's supposed to be slopes right to 3D. Nope. Oh yeah, this is what was broken with 3D slopes. That's right. No, this will have to be reworked when slopes are into 3D. Oops, forgot to do this. It's reworked now, so it all works properly. TM, TM, TM. Okay, where was the other part where I did that? Wait. What's the difference between these two functions? Generate display. Oh, this one's for 2D and the other one's for 3D. That makes sense. Anyhow, this perfectly good data to do up here. We're gonna get rid of that. Insert, please. Thank you. And then yeah. Actually, basically the entirety of this is now the same. I did slope-specific part stuff here. That is completely unnecessary. All we need to do is get the current part and change its position for the 2D display blueprint. That's it. This is so much simpler. For 2D, 3D, obviously we have this calculating the bounding box stuff. For 2D, it's literally just we clone it, and then copy or then make or modify the positions of everything, and then it's good. There is still issues I want to say in the level creator where the copy function is used, and this is all level creator in the toolbox. But for some reason, processing's not bringing me to that tab. I guess 446 does have a couple issues. Anyhow, toolbox window. There it is. Bunk. Alright, same shit, different day. Okay, so before this for loop, okay, this is... Oh, okay. That's definitely thunder. Hope you heard that. I might have to actually close this window. Kind of annoying, because it'll probably get kind of hot in here. Oh well. Alright. Transit objects and blueprint into storage ready for... Okay. So... So we replace part with temp. Don't know why I haven't been copy pasting this stuff from the start, but whatever. So that should... What? IX. Oh, these are different. Blueprint placement X. Right, because in 3D how blueprint... Right. This is 3D placement shit. In 3D, the way placement worked was you actually have to press a button in the level, or in the stage editor, because you can move it around in 3D and stuff. Okay, I guess we go blueprint history, or clipboard history even. I don't know why people want to disable this on Windows. I've seen stuff like, oh, how disable... I want to ditch Microsoft, so how do I disable clipboard history? First of all, clipboard history, it's off by default on Windows. Pretty sure about that. Second of all, I don't think that every time you copy something to clipboard, it's being exfiltrated to Microsoft servers. Because that, I mean, I don't think, that would be really dumb. Also, that would use a lot of network traffic. And plus, clipboard history is just useful for crap like this. So we don't want to change the displayed blueprint object here. We need a new stage. Just call this temp blueprint. Blueprints of current blueprint index. Yep. So for both temp and that, we change that to temp blueprint. That's cool. G equals coin of temp. So we can do that, and this should just add temp here. There we go. Alright. Sorted. That should, I think, be all the uses of the copy method completely stripped from the code. It is starting to rumble like crazy outside. That's not good. If it gets seriously bad, I might consider ending the stream early, but whatever. I got that main thing I wanted to, or I thought I would accomplish today out of the way, basically, because there's another thing I want to do. I'll probably do it in the coming weeks. I want to make video on this, so it's whatever. I go to the Tesla. The thing I want to do is going to be way more in-depth. It's going to have to invent an entirely new system in the game. And it's to kind of go along with this more modularized process stuff that I wanted to go through. Alright, so. Blueprint. This looks about correct here. Actually, I don't know the slopes of this. And let's just go through all these. Yeah, slopes are all looking correct. Car gets placed correctly. Banner gets placed correctly. Alright. New blueprint cloning. It's working well. We gotta go 3D test some shit now. How in 2D the blueprints work? 3D mode. Look at my beautiful shadows. This is about all that we have, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, this is the only 3D blueprint I've ever made. I should make more. Different color! Whatever. This is a temp blueprint, or test blueprint here. Everything looks to be going just fine. Where the fuck is my placement button? Well, there is no placement button. That's a bug currently. Currently a bit of a bug. And, yo, why is the Lolo Creator not showing the placement button? Okay, I'm confused now. Well, there's a bug that I gotta track down. Okay, let's fix that. Exit. Alright. We are in the toolbox already, so we should have a button defined somewhere up here, or initialized somewhere in here for placement. Here's a bunch of the tool buttons. I'm not the most generous with comments a lot of times with these things, because a lot of the stuff is just generating button positions that are pretty constant. Here's more tool stuff for logic editor. We don't have anything like schematics, which is what I would make logic blueprints if I ever add them to the game. This on record. logic blueprints are going to be called schematics. Because it's fun. Alright. Place blueprint 3D button. It's still being defined. It's still theoretically in use. It's within the 3D block. And this is where like the move and size and 3D buttons are being hit. Okay. And there's nowhere else where it's being... Okay then. Well, I somehow removed this from the draw section. So right after we draw the 3D on, or the 3D movement mode button, or the 3D translate or transformation buttons. Oh, yeah, this deprecated shit here. This is the other thing that I want to, that I'm going to end up working on soon. Because that is all hard-coded stuff. I've deprecated that stuff for a reason, because I just knocked the power cable from my main monitor loose. That scared me for a second with the monitor unplugged. I was like, crap, did I press the power button on the plug strip? No, I just knocked loose the goddamn large-ass trunker brick for this monitor. Or at least severely disrupted it in, Okay, Windows? Windows did something weird? Yeah, OBS went out for a moment there. My desktop was showing fun. Okay, everything's back. Yeah, I think I nudged the brick enough that caused the monitor to be unhappy. Shut off. I just had to press the power button. That's annoying. I do got to make sure I don't hit the plug strip though, because at least I know it like I can't talk. I know that at least once last year, actually more than once last year, I hit the power button on the plug, or power switch on the plug strip with my foot and turned my entire computer setup off. That would be very bad to happen during a live stream. I don't know if I could get back up and start streaming again within time, but anyhow, where were we looking for? Here's all the grid mode. Okay. Let's toggle 3D mode. Move 3D button. Okay. Inside this only render when in 3D mode thing here. Only render this when selecting or when placing a BLUD print in 3D mode, and there is a okay, that's an adequate description, and we simply draw that. Not slash, it's a dot. Oh god, can you imagine a programming language where instead of like the universally recognized using a dot to get at like a method or subcomponent or something, it was just slash? Oh, that would be horrifying. Okay. Try this again. Also, hopefully, my network connection is more stable this year than it was at the end of last year. Blah, 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 blah. We go into 3D mode, we select a blueprint. Go into 3D mode, we select the same blueprint. Alright. Let's move this to our ideal, perfect location. Okay, something that I'm thinking about that I've noticed that isn't necessarily the best in my game here is the, 3D translations. I know why it's not the best per se. It's because the way I did it is I did based off the position of the mouse. I did it like kind of from where I have the mouse location. How far has it translated? How far is the mouse effectively in the 3D space translated in that direction since it moved? That's not the correct necessarily way to do it. I can think of a better way to do it right now that I'm not going to implement, where you basically cast, or you take the imaginary line that you're translating on. You find the nearest point to that line, or you take the, I'm describing this very bad. So you take the line that's going from the camera through the mouse pointer, and you find the point on that that line that is, and then you also take the line that you're translating on, and then you find the point on this line here that you're translating on that the line of the mouse pointer is closest to. Very complicated. I can understand this in my head. I'm probably explaining it very badly, but anyhow, that's neither here nor there. It's still not rendering the button. What the heck? I'm going to do a very annoying thing. I'm going to just print these values continuously in the console. It's a very potentially bad debugging method, especially when you're doing stuff continuously and with computer graphics, like what's going on here. But I feel like it's necessary. God, the air coming from outside is mildly warm. Maybe I shouldn't have the fan on. Well, if I didn't have the fan on, the air would, for some reason, just try to come in anyway, as I have noticed. So, despite the fact that there is a mild bit of air conditioning, it's not for the rooms themselves, it's for the common area. But the door acts as a surprisingly good thermal barrier. When it's open, mind you. So I put a fan in the door. That's pretty smart, in my opinion. Blueprint. It's not even printing. Frick. Oh, wait, this might be... Hang on. I have a feeling I know where this is. This is in the blueprint, isn't it? Yeah, that's for blueprints. Dang it. Hey, there's some more thunder. Okay, outside of blueprint. Okay, so this is if not in 3D. Where is the move and translate buttons? There's a lot of not 3D mode. Oh, that's all the hover text. I don't care about hover text right now. Okay, if stage is 3D and if 3D mode, toggle 3D mode. Oh, okay. Okay, right here. Yeah, that was kind of stupid of me. Okay. We'll run it. Oh, the air conditioner just shut off. I think that's what that sound is. Strange. Maybe it has some sort of temperature control. That was a little shocking. Wait, why did I just stop hearing that rumble outside? I guess these. Hey, the button's there! Woo! We did it! Now, will it actually work? Come on. Place. Yay, it worked! Oh, that's why this looks different. It's not that the color's actually different, it's that the lighting or blueprints here aren't rendered with the same shader as the actual world. So you don't actually get any shadows on the blueprints or from the blueprints, as you can see. That's why it looks different. So this is what it would look like if we had the old shadows texture on. I don't really need to have blueprints on the shadow shader. Because, like, that's the shadow map. This, as you can see, it's not on there. That was the real shader button. Oop. And this is what the shadow map is, and this is rendering the shadow map onto the world, or the depth buffer onto the world, instead of the actual colors and textures. Pretty cool stuff, honestly. But as you can see, this is not being included in there. Shut up. Alright. Cool. All that stuff has been taken care of. I will commit all this stuff. Alright. Make a commit on this, and then I'll go start removing the copy function. Removed copy function from stage component. migrated. And then we migrated blueprint to a new to use the serial constructors. All right, that's good. What I probably should do is I should just have a method inside of the stage class that lets you clone the whole stage, and it just does that stuff. I should do that. I'm not gonna because I'm lazy, and okay, it pains me to do this, but I have to take a poo-poo, so I will mute, and I'll hopefully be back very soon. I have a bathroom break, right? It's white. Here's the thumbnail. In GIMP. Alright, I'll be back soon. Alright. I am back. Close GIMP. Turn off the be right back shtick. Nothing has changed. Everything is the same. Alright. Oh, it's raining outside and it's dark out now, so that's nice. Alright. Let's go stroll through all the classes in my game, and strip out any of them that are going to have a copy checkpoint. Delete all the copy functions. Nope. 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 Coin, yes, you have copy. Delete. Nope. There's a lot of classes. Oh yeah, also something I figured out processing is how you can put things into separate packages. I might do that in the future. Oh man, I thought of something I wanted to talk about in the bathroom, and now I can't remember this D-Serial. Death Plane, that's a stage component. Ooh. Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna want to try to talk about. Oh well. Let's see. I put my pants on backwards. Alright, I'll fix that after the stream. Doesn't really affect me right now. I'm not really using my pockets for anything. Ooh, this technically can get rid of the copy. I think I have this because something will break if I don't have this, but I just don't care. Goal is a stage component. Boy, I screwed up. You're not a stage component. You're not a stage component. You are a stage component. You're like the primary stage component. Nope. Why did I have to think about that? Okay, another stage component. I don't know why. I was looking at it, I was like, is this a stage component? No, obviously. Move on. This one is. Oh, there should be an easy enough way to verify that I've deleted basically all the copy functions. See, I didn't even really implement them for the portal. Because the portal's special. You can't put those really wouldn't work to be cloned, to be fair. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about. I'm at 97 subscribers! That's been very sudden, and none of you are here, I'm sure, but if you are, thank you for subscribing. Almost at 100. If I put out a couple videos in the next few weeks, we may be at the 100 subscriber special stream, which will be nothing special at all. No. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I was looking at the channel, I was like, oh yeah, 97 subscribers. So close. Grand scheme of things, it's nothing. But, you know, for me, that's like everything. I didn't do a video this past week, so, you know, there's no video coming out today, no video coming out tomorrow or whatever, because I just didn't care. I wanted to just do other stuff. In my last week leading up to coming back to school here. Of course, classes are starting tomorrow, so we'll see how much time I actually have to fuck around on Coolcraft with classes. It probably won't be too bad. You just generally I'm scrolling through these classes. It's not like you couldn't also just look at GitHub right now and find basically the same version of all these classes and files. The game is open source right now. Don't know if I really want to accept, you know, other people's contributions, but it is open source. Player interactions. A lot of player-related stuff, more logic stuff. There really are not too many stage components. I mean, there are enough of them, obviously. Resizable, rotatable. It's not a stage component. There certainly are a lot of classes. It took me a while to just slowly trudge through and make sure there was comments and documentation on basically all these classes. this is a network utility. I guess network utility. I don't entirely know what the I don't know what the the package structure that I'm going to go for once I put switch everything into packages here in Java is going to be. I'm definitely going to have some sort of division where you got stage components, logic components, network stuff, but there's a lot of other stuff that's going to go into miscellaneous categories. But yeah, hopefully that will all be better than everything being in the default package, which it is right now. Because I know default package is not all that valued, or it's discouraged using. They won't, from the default package, they won't stop you, but I do kind of want people to be capable of, or I do want to kind of move with it, but obviously you can't get away from that entirely with processing, because the main class will always be default package for reasons, I guess. I mean, I guess they could change it, but they could let you change it. Like on Android. Oh, by the way, I should mention this on stream. I think I mentioned this last stream, but whatever. New version of Skinny Man available on Android. Fully intercompatible multiplayer with the desktop version here currently, which is super cool. The stage component itself. But yeah, this is the stage component registry. A lot of template classes. But yeah, on Android, it puts everything in a package. I think the package will end up being different than all the packages I'm using here on the Java or the desktop version. But stage sound is a stage component. No, it's not. It's soundbox. UI button, UI frame, UI slider, UI text. I missed the soundbox. Didn't I? Universal error manager, utility, writable sign. I think I missed at least one. We're gonna search for that. So just copy that to the clipboard. X nor X whatever, and we're okay. So now I'm going to use Control F on all tabs to find any place I missed. Logic button. Oh yeah, logic button is a stage component. Might be a little confusing, but that was to differentiate it from Soundbox. We're on Soundbox, as I kind of expected. Yeah, that was completely to differentiate the logic button from the UI buttons, effectively, because they're both named buttons. Oh. We're good. We're done. Yeah, they're both named they're both buttons. They're both in the game. It's all the default package right now, and it'd be very confusing if we had both. I know I would be extremely confuzzulated. So yeah. I guess that's basically all I wanted to do today now. And let's make sure the game launches. Because the other thing would take way too long. Still got to do a bunch of unpacking stuff here, so for back to school stream, I think this is relatively decent. Stuff's got to be set up. Gotta store stuff in places. Gotta move the lamp. But yeah, yeah. All right, everything's working. Right. So yeah, we'll be back. I guess we streamed for an hour. That's good enough for today. We'll be back on Friday. Don't know what I'm doing there. Maybe Coolcraft stream. Maybe something else entirely. I don't know. Anyhow. Yeah, so this is the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to leave a like on the stream on your way out. Subscribe. Get us closer to 100 subscribers, or past that if we're already there by the time you're watching this. Yeah, like, subscribe. Obviously, check out the game we're developing. Months ago in May at this point, but I released version 0.10.0 back then. Still a bunch of fun. Have a ball, go play it, and I'll see you all in the next live stream video, whatever. Bye!